1920s were referred to as the Roaring Twenties for a reason. They were a time of wholesome family films with Pratt humor, simple stories, and dialogue sluglines. But it was with the advent of sound that things really got roaring.
Oh, it's you. I didn't know you with all your clothes on.
Yeah, they got pretty faces, too.
Ever since I was 14, what's it been? Nothing but men, dirty, rotten men, and you're lower than any of them. I'll hate you as long as I live.
Money is power. Money is the only weapon that the Jew has to defend himself with.
Before sound, it was still possible to bring adult themes into film in the form of, sex or nudity, as well as violence. They were frequent themes in films, as they have been ever since. But sound allows the filmmaker to bring in more suggestive language, more double entendre. It just allows sort of a broader range of introduction of those ideas.
Forget, plenty of room in there.
Oh, sir, here's where you need the room. Such a muscle.
The pious populace had to figure out some way to reel in the raunchy movies. They did the only thing they could: create a production code to regulate what writers put in their scripts.
Must be on the lookout for scenes or action or dialogue which are likely to give offense. The responsible men in this industry want no such pictures and will not allow these to be shown.
With any new technology, it takes a while for the public and the corporate America, the institutions, to grab hold of it, figure out how they can control it and make use of it, or respond to it in a negative way as the public might. But in the case of film, it took a few years, but eventually there was an outcry and there was a decision to try to do something about that.
Okay, here we go. All right, the Motion Picture Production Code. Don'ts and be carefuls. 1. Pointed profanity by either title or lip. This includes the words God, Lord, Jesus, Christ, unless they be used reverently in connection with proper religious ceremonies. Hell, damn, God, with an AW there, God. And every other profane and vulgar expression, however it may be spelled.
Some were good points.
Apparent cruelty to children and animals. Children's sex organs. Willful offense to any nation, race, or creed.
Others were a bit odd.
Theft, robbery, safecracking, and dynamiting of trains, mines, buildings, etc. Sex hygiene and venereal diseases. White slavery. First night scenes. Man and woman in bed together. Scenes of actual childbirth. Actual childbirth. In fact or in silhouette.
Many companies made copious cuts to fit in with the new rules. Others sought new, wholesome stars like Shirley Temple and fully geared their new pictures toward family audiences. But as the years went by, more and more companies began to defy the rules implemented by the code. And as a result, the code was weakened in power.
As for the need for the code, I don't think, now with hindsight, I don't think that it was necessary at all. I don't think it was the right way to go in regulating or controlling artistic freedom. But, they had to experiment with how to go about doing it, and this is where they started. But I don't think any of them were really necessary.
The Hays Code finally met its demise in 1968. soon being replaced with the MPAA film rating system, which provided a more lenient approach to the censorship of film material. It's funny. When we think back to the movies of the 1920s and 30s, it really is the more wholesome stuff that comes to mind. What we don't realize is that even 85 years ago, we were far ahead of our time. Thank you for watching. I'm Alex Gordon. Good night, America.
Cool. Hopefully that doesn't suck.